Okay, so what I want to do is shoot a short video while I'm driving about what I look for while I'm driving around town and what you should look for too. Here we are on a very busy, very popular street in South Austin. It's called South Congress, and this area has literally exploded over the last few years. The nickname for this area now is, to make it cool, hip, and trendy, it's called SoCo, South Congress. And you can tell by all of the commercial that's going in that some very cool stuff is happening here. And that's the first thing that you need to pay attention to when you're investing in residential houses, as we are flipping houses, is where is the smart money going? The smart money is commercial. So if commercial is going in, then that place is hopping. Just like, let's say, a Walmart, for example, is going in. Walmart, Costco, Sam's, that McDonald's, that's smart money. They know where the path of progress is, and they place themselves a couple years ahead of it. So if you pay attention to where they place themselves, then you can put yourself in the path of progress, which means you're going to be flipping properties that are going to be appreciating. So now here we are looking, we're driving down the street. So this is literally one block off of the main street in SoCo, South Congress. So here you are, you see all these little bungalows, and most of them have been fixed up. What we're interested in is finding the dump, because there's always a dump mixed in with these cool little properties. Here's this cool little, look at this little dump. This, it looks like it is a duplex with a little carport right there. It's not fixed up, and that is something that we need to be researching on the tax rolls. Okay, here's this little green property with the little, look at the airplane in the front yard, and the chairs out front. Clearly there's no homeowners association over here. Okay, that's another little dump, little tin roof right there. Here's another one, little blue thing right here. Looks like somebody's trying to do something to that, but usually what happens there is that someone was just lucky and they were already living in this area when it was a dump, and now it's built up around them, and so all they did was slap some paint out on the outside, and they're going to be able to sell it and make $250,000. So let's keep going and see what we can find down here. There's going to be a dump, and there it is. Look at that piece of crap, for in other words. Actually, I should say, look at that pile of money. Look at that, what is that, a bamboo shade? I keep looking at my rearview mirror because this is such a hot area. Cars, and these streets are so small, cars are coming up, but I'm good for right now. Look at that bamboo screen on the front. Look at the umbrella in the front yard. What is the table is just grown up, cats all over the place, chairs in the front yard, trash cans in the front yard. I can tell you what that house smells like without going in it. You can tell what a house smells like on the inside by how it looks on the outside. That house smells like cat urine, dog urine. That house is a dump. But it is also a giant pile of cash. Now, we don't know if we can get that house or not, but we can certainly start researching it. We can go back to the house. We can pop open our laptop right now in the car, hit the tax rolls, figure out who owns that house, figure out whether it's a rental or not, and start sending them letters, or pick up the phone and give them a call. And if they say no, don't worry about it. Send them a letter every single month, month after month after month after month. Some of my best deals came when I sent a letter for 24 months in a row, 36 months in a row. You don't give up, because just because they say no now, you don't know what's going to happen next month. Maybe it's a rental, and the owner says no, he's going to fix it up. Well, okay, that may be what he wants to do. He may be heading for divorce next month, or he may be heading for bankruptcy, or there's just any number of things that life can throw at owners that may cause him to need to sell that property. So if we're the one that's there, we're sending the letter, we have the best shot at getting the first phone call. Because what's going to happen if the owner actually decides to sell next month or 24 months or 36 months from now? Well, they have 36 letters. Our name has been in front of them for 36 months. Chances are we're going to get the call. I've got to move now because here come some other cars. The other thing you want to do as you're driving through these neighborhoods is you want to look for teardowns. Okay, here is a teardown property just literally right across the street from, well, not right across, but across the street on the corner from the house we just looked at. It's literally someone bought the property, brought the house, and knocked it down. Now you know you're in the right place. And now here you are with brand new construction right there that's added on to the older side of that house. So here this house is, it's old in the front and it's new in the back, okay? And that's another thing. In fact, I'm going to turn around to show you that again, to show you what that property, what they've done, because that is one way you can make a ton of money on these little old bungalows. Now you've got, right around the corner from that, you've got this funky little, look at this little setback house. That's funky. So what that is that somebody has lived there forever, and they've gotten caught up in all of this that is built up around them, and they decided to paint the door red and paint the windows red to make it look funky. And actually what's going to happen is someone, when they decide to sell, they're going to make $250,000 because they painted the door red. That's not exactly why they're going to make $250,000. They're going to make $250,000 because they were lucky and they were in the path of progress and they already lived there. So what is going to happen if they decide to sell is somebody is going to have a big lot to add extra square footage on. I could literally buy that house right now and pay full market price, add onto it or knock it down and add, because the lot's so big, add new construction to it. Now that tree is going to cause a little bit of a problem on the lot. You'd have to deal with city when you're dealing with that, but that's the way you need to think about this stuff. How much land is there? Because in these areas, it's the land that's appreciating. It's not these little dumpy bungalows. It's the land. It's the piece of earth that it's sitting on. Now look at this one. Here's another one, this little gray piece of whatever right here. They painted the windows. But that's another potential property that we could invest in. Now look at this little thing. What is this? I mean, this is awesome and it's funky, but you know, little things like that, I look at that and I want to know what's going on there. You know, and it's hard to see from the street here. So what I would do is I'd drive around this a couple times, and I want to know what's going on with this barn. Look at this lot. Look at how much dirt is on this lot. Look at how big this lot is. And I don't mean dirt as in there's piles of dirt. Actually, there are back there at the back. I'm talking about the size of that lot that I could put something else on, because I can take this lot to a higher and better use. Now look at the dump next to it. Look at this little thing right here at 1311, whatever street we're on. That is something that I need to research. So you see what my mindset is? And I came down to South Congress just to have some lunch today, and here I am driving around the neighborhood right behind it. This is literally only taking me 10 minutes. All I have to do is jot down. Now look at this lot. Look at how big this lot is on this rainbow colored, whatever these rainbow artwork thing. Look at how big this lot is. Are you kidding me? What could go there? More a house? Could that even be zoned commercial? Because back there you saw there was a church back there, so could it be zoned commercial? I don't know, but I'd like to find out, because here we are. We're literally one street off of South Congress again. I know you can't see this, but on the other side of me, there is a hotel. So could that be zoned commercial? And if it could, then what could go there? Who'd be interested in putting something there? So this is what I'm thinking about. And literally it takes 10 minutes. All I have to do is write down these addresses, pop open my laptop, go to the tax appraisal website and find out who owns these properties. And if I can't get the property, get them by email, if I can't find their phone number, I start sending them letters. If I can find a phone number for them, I'm going to give them a call, because it's worth that much money to me to do all of that, and it's worth that much money to you as well. Okay, so I've circled back around and I'm back on South Congress. Now you've got an idea on how I'm thinking, what I'm thinking about as I drive through these areas, and I think about putting myself in the path of progress. I'm putting myself in the best possible situation to make money. I'm literally stacking the deck in my favor. I'm not interested in, you know, houses that are 20 miles outside of town and they could be worth this or that. I'm interested in stacking the odds in my favor, putting myself in the position to make money before I ever even make the offer. I know that I'm going to make money before I ever make the offer. I know what I'm going to do. I know what my entry strategy is going to be. I know what my exit strategy is going to be. At that point, it's just a matter of the negotiating, which if you haven't picked up a copy of my negotiation course, then you need to have that in your arsenal as well, because everything comes down to negotiating at that point. Because we're smart, we're investors, we're educated. You are as well, because you're listening to me right now, and I learned this from other people. I can't take credit for it, and I've learned it through the School of Hard Knocks. Now you're learning it from me, but we're educated. We know what's going on. We know what we're doing. So at that point, because we know what we're doing, it's as simple as negotiation, because everything you want in life is owned by someone else right now. All of those little dumps back there that I want to get my hands on, well, they're not mine right now. They belong to someone else. They are owned by someone else. And if I want them, then I need to be a good negotiator. So if you don't know how to negotiate, then you need to pick up a copy of my negotiating course. But that is what I'm thinking about when I'm thinking about stacking the odds in my favor, putting myself in the path of progress, making the odds so incredibly in my favor that there's no other option but to make money. So now you know what I'm thinking about when I'm driving around town. Now you know what to think about as well. And to be honest with you, that is how you make $1 million. That is how you become a millionaire. Now get out there and do it for yourself.